Okay, folks, it seems that OpenAI is changing the rules for AI security. Frontier cyber capability is no longer a normal API feature. It's now sold like a security clearance with gated Daybreak Blue and Red tiers and a new model GPT 5.6 Cyber. So in this video, we're going to explain what's happening so you get the takeaway in few seconds, and then what it means for you if you're building or running AI agents that touch security. So if your stack depends on hosted models for incident response, vulnerability research, or red team testing, then this is the moment you need to understand, because the guardrail asymmetry just got a lot worse. All right, so what's happening right now is we're getting some clarity on what's going on with Daybreak. This is OpenAI's cybersecurity initiative. We covered this 2 months ago, back when Fable and Mythos were the talk of the town. Very intelligent model. So of course, OpenAI had to come up with their own version of Fable or Mythos, which is GPT 5.5 Cyber, as part of the Daybreak program. Now, a lot of things have unfolded since then, namely with the GPT 5.6 Cyber and Soul exploiting Hugging Face during an eval run. Now, what's even more surprising was during that run, it was barely monitored by the OpenAI team. They designed these surfaces that never intended for these models to do, let alone a malicious intent. All right. So the point is, if OpenAI cannot control their model, how can they expect other organizations to do the same? So now OpenAI is giving a bit of clarity into that. They're splitting Daybreak into 2 gated tiers, blue and red, and they also added a new cyber-focused model, which is GPT 5.6 Cyber. So they're selling this like a security clearance, not a normal API feature. So in short terms, none of us get to use it. No public users can use any one of these. But if you are in the security field, then you're now on the slow approval based side of that asymmetry by design, right? Because attackers iterate at the speed of GPUs and open weights, whereas defenders iterate at the speed of forms, legal, and contracts. So for your stack, that means if you're going to be applying for to be vetted by OpenAI, then treat these defender access like pre-incident infrastructure, get approved before you need it, and then keep a self-hosted model fallback so you're not stuck waiting on access during a live breach. Now let's look closely at the explicit tiers. So blue is for defensive work with GPT 5.6 Soul. Now I know it says cyber on our article. Our agent made a mistake, so we apologize for that. But blue is for defensive work with GPT 5.6 Soul. And red is for authorized offensive simulation with GPT 5.6 Cyber. And both tiers require approval. Access is account level, verified, and revocable. The same trusted access for cyber pattern OpenAI piloted with GPT 5.5 Cyber. So this is pretty much like a quick response from OpenAI on how their vetted security professionals or organizations will approach using these really intelligent models for cybersecurity runs, or even, offensive simulation, which is very scary with what happened with Hugging Face, right? Because during the Hugging Face incident, hosted frontier models refused to analyze real exploit evidence, forcing the team to use a self-hosted open weight model. Now, the strongest defensive capability is gated behind approvals, while offensive capability is just a GPU and an open model away. So our take is that this is the guardrail asymmetry in practice. So for anyone building incident response agents, assume that these hosted models will refuse the ugly stuff. If you want to actually parse exploit commands and payloads, then you need a local model you control running inside your perimeter. And these gated tiers, I feel like they are necessary at these And I feel like these gated tiers are necessary at this capability level, but the delay itself widens the attacker-defender gap. So the move for agent users is pre-approve your defensive access, test where your models refuse, and route the sensitive tasks to a local fallback. So now we are seeing more of a need for local self-hosted models on computer, right? Should not have everything on the cloud. And we're starting to appreciate that more and more now. So if you're a security professional and you're looking to get into the Daybreak program to get approved, try to design your workflows around the tier you actually get and not the one you hope to get. Because I heard that red has a very tight vetting even compared to blue. Like blue, even if you're a security professional, you're vetted very thoroughly. But I heard that red has an even tighter vetting and that only approved defenders doing advanced vulnerability research and exploit work get to have access. And lastly, on the regulatory side, this is also on par with the NIST rulemaking that the US government is enforcing to regulate AI model releases. So we're assuming that these Daybreak-style gating would become the norm for cyber-capable models. So this is especially true for the closed models like OpenAI, Anthropic. I'm assuming this will also flow into EU or China as long as they're closed models. But for open weights, I'm pretty sure there's no effect for that. So all in all, this is definitely a very exciting time that we're living in. We've always known that the capabilities of these agents were dual use. They're just as capable at offensive work as much as they are at defensive work. And the fact that OpenAI is now gating this is basically the market admitting it. So this is a very important lesson for a lot of the top AI labs out there to stop just designing around the defensive only story. Assume that your agents have offensive grade capability and build your safety, sandboxing, and authorization accordingly. Don't give them any attack surface because even the smallest one, they'll do something that you don't know. And the fact that, right, these OpenAI 5.6 Cyber and Soul models were able to create a communication channel without being specified by the researchers is very scary. So if you find this video helpful, give us a like, subscribe to the channel for more updates, guides, and news, and check out our website for more updated news. My name is Ron, shining out.